Lithe and listen, gentlemen that be of freeborn blood. I shall tell you of a good yeoman of name of Robin Hood. Robin was a proud outlaw, whilst he walked the ground, so curtsy an outlaw as he was one, was never none a-found. We think we know the outlaws of Sherwood Forest, their leader a dispossessed and outlawed earl named Robert or Robin, who fought with Richard the Lionheart in the Third Crusade and returned to live in Sherwood Forest. He had companions named Alan, Tuck, John, and Will, and loved a woman named Marion. Robin makes them abide by his code of non-violence while they wait for King Richard to return, and the end of the usurpation of his king's brother, Prince John. Sometimes he's a fox, and sometimes, so I say, Maid Marian should have also been a lion, god damn you, Walt. Why was she a fox? It doesn't make any sense logistically. Anyway. They survive by poaching and banditry, sharing most of what they steal with the poor. But that's the thing. He has always ever been just a fantastical legend. A fascination, and a story of hope, a story of freedom, and a story of magic. This, my friends, is but one of those stories. We begin our little tale in Sherwood Forest, as many of these stories of Robin Hood often start. We see a merry campfire, abiding by fife and flute. And we see a group of outlaws, sharing in tales of revelry, merriment, mirth. And we see them all wondering what their next big score is going to be. Maybe they're bragging about some of the big scores of old, like, oh, you know me, I'm the biggest outlaw in the land, I've stolen from every rich person here, and I've given to every poor person there. Some are maybe a bit more humble, like, yeah, I stole from an abbey one time, and someone's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? All we see at the current is our little outlaws making merry as they await their boss to come back from a local town for news of new work. So whoever wants to start by telling some tall tales about themselves certainly can.
Hypatia d'Amour, the lovely French noblewoman, her radiant golden hair flowing in a breeze that is not affecting anybody else at the campfire, is dancing. We have, as we said, fife and flute. She's probably doing a little merry jig and singing and performing an impromptu opera about her own exploits, which I will not attempt to perform myself, but will summarize as effectively she describes how she had a whirlwind affair with a woman named Juliet, and that they stormed the streets of Paris, France, until her cruel parents came to take her away and sent her to a convent. And in response, Hypatia, she leaves it on a bit of a cliffhanger, as she explains sort of, well, we got her out of there, and there were no survivors, in kind of a funny way that implies fewer people probably actually died. And she concludes her opera by claiming that this actually is the true story that Shakespeare based Romeo and Juliet on, but he had to change Hypatia to Romeo because it was too unbelievable otherwise.
When are you going to just do the opera thing too? The thing where we killed a wizard is so much more interesting.
Wizard is a strong word. I'm pretty sure we killed an old man in his bathrobe.
Hypatia, we literally went through the time warp.
Again.
That's so cool.
Hypatia, how many times do we have to explain magic to you?
Well, you can keep explaining it because it's...
What did you think that thing with the lady at the lake was?
I think there are probably things in this world that I don't understand, but I just feel like there's probably a more logical explanation than magic.
Little John in the back raises his tankard. Amen to fucking that.
I'm cheersing, but I don't agree.
You'll love to keep talking about a time warp. What the hell is that? I say, by the way, having a little mote of fire floating in the air next to me. Salvador Antonio de la Rosa is an early 40s wandering performer whose demeanor does not give performer, but gives wandering. They are not very cheery. However, you've seen them be able to twist words in a way where people will get on their side no matter what. They are wearing clothes that have seen better days. They have been sewn back up together in some places. The frilly collar is more collar than frills at this point. They have kind of like shoulder length, kind of messy, wavy hair, dark brown eyes, dark tan skin, and in their breast pocket of their coat they do have a rose on them, just always, which y'all have seen. Maybe magic or maybe just tricks come from it, depending on your views of magic. And they're nursing a drink, sort of. They've had a drink in their hand. They only take sips out of it at a time. But they're just looking incredulously as y'all keep saying time warp.
There is a larger woman like standing behind him, and she like keeps taking like a sandwich she's eating and trying to like put it through the fire to like toast it up that like Sal has made. It's like, oh, just okay, keep it right there for a moment, thank you. Puts that, starts like just nodding. So time warp as in there were these people who came from a different time and went through this whole
Camelot. It was Camelot.
this king guy. It's very complicated. I don't remember all of it. She just kind of like walks up and like plops down.
It's like face first in the dirt.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
I'm fine.
She'll be fine.
All right. Far be it for me to interfere.
I got her. Teddy would go over to sister and just like pick her up. So Teddy try to like, it's so tiny with her tiny hand trying to grab on her to like help her up, but she has ginger style hair, ebony skin. Her hair is always up in two buns, so it looks like bear heels, which is why she's called Teddy. She has nice like golden eyes, and yeah, that is what Teddy looks like as she's just trying to assist. All right, come on.
Yeah, you're like picking up this very large nun who's in like a patched up habit that's cinched at the waist with a multicolored sash, and just has like this massive growler in her hand that she will not part with, which is just adding to the weight of trying to pick her up. And like
Come on.
I've got it. And she like rolls over to the other side.
Okay. Why don't you just not eat in the dirt? That's fine by me.
All right, I'm coming.
I'm
help.
good. She's laying on her back, just like raising the growler, cheersing to no one in particular.
Little John also stands up to go help.
She hasn't spilled a drop.
It's very fascinating.
Why would I? That's a party foul, Merritt. I've told you this.
Standing up from a log where he was sitting by himself, not eating, not drinking, just kind of sitting pensively, is Sir Kay Penwick, former knight, now outlaw. He still has his armor and his large shield. Both are kind of getting a little rusty. Hasn't been taking great care of them due to not having the resources he would have had on the castle grounds, but he is a middle-aged looking gentleman, though his age is not quite middle-aged yet. Well, middle-aged for the Middle Ages, but he's mid-30s.
Oh, I was gonna say, he's 14? Damn, he looks awful.
Thanks.
He really got aged.
He has
stress.
He has balding red hair, a full red beard, kind of like little blue fabrics poking out from under his armor here and there, getting a little flabby. And he has a large blue shield with two silver keys facing in opposite directions. And he kind of sets it down gently, walks over to where Teddy and Augusta are, and just kind of tries to use his night muscles to help Teddy lift up this nun. And it's like, all right, I think that's quite enough. We have to be in tip-top shape for whatever we run into next. So let's just get you back on the log. You ready, Teddy? On 3, 1, 2, and 3.
As Penwick has his back turned, Merritt has gone over to where he was sitting and left his shield and just taken the shield and moved it to another bench, log bench where some other folks are sitting already, just to fuck with him.
Firetech just like looks at it like, what are you doing?
Just fucking with him. Merritt is, she tries to look as androgynous as she has. She has dark brunette hair that she has just messily chopped it all off herself. Clearly sunscreen should exist in this time because she has some sun-damaged skin just covered in freckles. She does intentionally smear some dirt on her face. Again, everything about her raggedness, anything about her outlaw-esque appearance is very clearly intentional, and she's trying a little too hard to look messy and dirty. But mid-size, those who knew her before our previous adventure, she still looks young. She still looks like a young woman, but she does look a bit older than 18, almost as if she spent a few extra years in Camelot compared to her companions. She is in her early 20s now, and is just here to cause shit, clearly.
Just fucking around, finding out.
Yes.
As Sir Penwick, picks up Augusta and says that we need to be in tip-top shape, Augusta's gonna try and, steal something off of him.
Okay.
Like what?
I don't know.
What do you got, I guess?
What you got?
He's insinuating I'm not in tip-top shape because I'm drunk, which is not true.
If two player characters oppose each other directly in a skill check, they both roll. The character with the highest result succeeds.
That's a 12.
I rolled a 6.
What do you have on you that I could swipe?
I have a total of 2 gold, and I'm in armor, so I don't have pockets.
Sure.
But I have 2 gold. I only spent 13.
So you've got a sachet of gold, and that's about it.
I've got a sachet of gold. I probably have my hand axe on me too. That's probably belt loopable. So yeah, I've got 2 gold and a hand axe.
Augusta's gonna swipe the 2 gold as you're picking her up and putting her on the log, and then just pockets it and goes, I'm always in tip-top shape,
All right, well, Grant, you lose 2 gold.
I wrote it down.
And Augusta, you gain 2 gold. So, hey, there you go. You now have 2 more gold to spend if you so desire.
Penwick kind of turns around at the post getting robbed and is just like, I understand that the nobility and royalty have a sour taste in the mouth of outlaws. I cannot take things personally. I'm going to breathe through it. Where the fuck is my shield?
I'm just sitting on a branch and laughing.
These guys have gotten a bit too big for their britches ever since that silly quest I sent them on a year ago.
My britches are perfectly tailored. Thank you very much.
They speak often of a wizard they slew.
Yeah, I remember the job well. It was, peculiar, to say the least. Got it from a shady old man in the streets of London, as many of our jobs often come through, and it was a very simple request: kill a man named Merlin, and they went and they killed a man named Merlin, to the best of my knowledge, and things have been a little different around here ever since that happened.
Augusta asked to keep his hat as, to prove it, but somebody said we needed proof for the reward.
I'm just saying it's a little bit difficult to say that you killed a man without any proof that you've killed the man.
In the Knight's Guard, we would bring limbs.
And I'm glad you didn't do that.
There weren't any of those left.
It's a little guy. What?
It was timey-wimey magic shit.
Can we use that time warpy majigger and get a evidence?
No, we are not to mess with time.
Why not?
Time, listen, that was a year ago. It's in the past.
Well, the time warping
We
thing doesn't
must-
that make that
Unless we use time magic and it's now.
Yeah.
We
I don't
listen.
know how that works.
No. Listen, we are the most skilled and amazing outlaws this side of wherever we are. And,
England.
Agreed, cheers!
and we need to stop thinking about old things and focus on our next big score.
Except for one! Ha-ha! Robin Hood bursts from the shrubberies. As often does your boss, he's back home from his honeymoon of a year ago. Maid Marian, of course, is, still spending her evenings in the summer home because, if she stayed in England at all, she's pretty sure that her royal family would try to get her back, and Robin's like, I don't want to have to rescue you every 5 minutes, that'd just be silly. So, she's vacationing in Spain. But Robin, of course, he has a business to operate, he has outlaws to feed, he's got rich people to steal from, it's a whole work, this sort of organization here, so, hard to get away to tend to the kits and the wife and all. Robin Hood is, holding a scroll and a fresh batch of gold that he just pilfered from somebody, most likely. Some rich asshole. It's a good thing you mentioned me, even though you didn't. Because, I've got work, chaps.
We're carousing.
We can carouse anytime. We've got people to steal from, riches to pilfer. Lads, you wouldn't believe it, but I was captured. But I lived, and I was set free. By myself, because I'm awesome. Here's the cinch. I was kidnapped by Prince John. He's none too happy with our exploits and our goings about and comings and goings. But here's the thing. He gave me a job for my freedom.
I thought you said you released yourself.
Yes, by taking a job.
Ooh, I get it now.
Listen, not all of my stories can be fantastical. This one is rather mundane.
All of my stories are pretty fantastic, I don't know.
Well, if it helps any, I still, fired an arrow out the castle walls, attached a rope to it, slid down, the whole shebang, made London admire me, usual stuff. Point being, he wants us to kill a man, and I said, listen, Robin Hood and his band of merry men do not kill. That is our #1 policy.
That's literally our last job, though.
Except,
Our last job was to also kill a man.
listen,
When was that instituted? Because I have been in breach of contract.
No, she's joking. None of us have killed anybody intentionally. Continue, please, Sir Hood.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, Merritt, and goes, listen, I heard what happened about the wizard. I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed. I'm just befuddled.
That's an appropriate emotion, and Hypatia has not broken the code at any other time, I swear.
From what we've been told, it was the friar's idea.
He just kind of side eyes talking. He's like, don't look at me, man. Right. Regardless of whom's idea it was, and whom's it was not, and whom killed whom, and what happened there, the point is, we've been given a contract to kill again. I'm going to say not kill, perhaps capture alive so that the prince can do with him as he pleases, so that this time, things can go a little less fuck-upable. He's asked us to kill a man named Merlin.
Oh!
We already did that.
I know!
No, you're out of date. Listen, I know you've been gone for a while, but we actually covered that.
We did that one. Check it off the list.
Here's the problem. I understand.
Let me see that scroll. Does it unroll to the longest hat and the longest beard, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it unrolls with a very long hat, a very long beard, a wanted sign
It's
that is
definitely
worth...
the one.
I'm looking at Salvador and Teddy since we were the newer recruits since the last time these three had this adventure, and I'm like, does this seem odd to you? Because there's two possibilities here. Either one, they're lying about the thing they did last year, or two, time is repeating itself.
I'm more concerned. I didn't think they were capable enough.
I was gonna go with history repeats itself.
If they were able to actually get through the time loop and time magic is the most dangerous type of shit. Even in school, I didn't go to school for magic, but I've stolen books from people that have gone to school for magic.
Same.
Right. Magic is indeed real, that I can confirm. I'm just saying
But,
that
yes.
these three seem more committed to bits than they do adventure. So it puzzles me that they slew a wizard.
Sal, look at this, The hat is to scale. It's actually that tall.
Salvador. And what do you mean to scale? It's a piece of paper.
It is very big.
That's a very long hat.
I just want to say, what is a good bit if not an adventure in itself?
Robin Hood just like points to you. I like your style.
My style is very good, thank you.
Jesus Christ.
So we're killing Merlin.
Is that where we're going next?
What?
I would
I
rather.
think that's a bit much even
Is
for
it
us.
Merlin or Jesus?
Yeah, I would really rather not kill our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I don't think Jesus was known for having such a big hat.
I don't know. Have you talked to him?
Not recently.
Oh, okay.
Can confirm in all the murals I've seen, no hat.
Yeah.
No-
yeah.
no
Well,
axe.
he did have the crown of thorns, but that was
It's a
short
crown.
comparatively. Anyway,
It's a crown considered a hat.
of course a crown is a hat.
I think we're getting a little lost in the weeds here vis-a-vis killing things.
Hypatia draws her rapier. How dare you?
Mina, Teddy, you see what I mean, right? With the whole bits
I
thing.
do understand. So we're killing Merlin.
We're killing Merlin.
We are not going to kill him.
We'll try
That's
not
not-
to this time, but can we steal his power again?
Here's the game plan. We're going to incapacitate him. We're going to subdue the man. We're going to
Okay.
make sure that he can't do any magical bullshit. We're going to bind his hands, bind his mouth.
Steal
and we're
his
gonna
power,
bring him-
yes.
Shelve
For
that.
like his whole life.
And we're going to bring him back and deal with this in a very bizarre fashion that I don't think I've ever actually done before. We're going to deal with him in the full justice of the actual law.
Oh,
Oh.
all right.
Why?
Weird, right? Weird for me.
You don't think that's going to cause problems for the rest of us, maybe, who all have some kind of legal trouble we're in?
Yeah.
Listen, I will be the one personally delivering Merlin to Prince John. You won't have to get your hands dirty with the actual going
Why
into
are
the
we
city
working in the service of a king?
part. Fantastic
Great
My
question.
question.
Fantastic
Wonderful
question.
question.
Well, you know how my wife, Miss Maid Marian, was vacationing in Spain?
See?
Yes.
They've got my wife.
Oh.
Oh, that seems like you had a very bad honeymoon.
So Maid Marian is in Prince John's custody,
Correct, and I have no clue where.
and he let you go.
Correct.
He assigned you to kill Merlin.
Correct.
Okay.
And you want to not do that in exchange for Marion's freedom?
Well, the way I figure it is if he wants this thing dead, I figured it's only proper to have him kill the thing.
He's not exactly a warrior king.
No, royals won't do that. That's why they have people like us.
Yeah, you make him look like a coward, and that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Okay, never mind. I'm back on.
See, you see where I'm going with this, though. It's like we're going to embarrass the man. It's like, oh, you want this man dead, but we couldn't kill him the last time. You kill him yourself, then. Yeah, if you're so smart.
I think we should also kidnap his wife, but we can shelf that for later.
No, I'm totally on board with kidnapping his wife.
That's what
Like-
you're doing while we get Merlin.
Actually, I'm coming along this time.
Oh.
Oh.
So, the reason I want to come along this time is because, well, last time, I understand you did kill him, and I'm not discounting or discrediting any of you for that, but I'm just saying that this time around, he's apparently not dead. So, I just kind of want to
I mean,
make
it
sure
does seem
that
like we did a bad job at the killing part.
I'm just
he is
saying.
still alive.
I've never killed a man who didn't die. So this must be different.
Stunned silence in the congregation.
All of us just stunned.
Mouths open like, yeah, man.
I mean, you have a point, Hypatia. People usually do die when they are killed.
It's common knowledge.
And it baffles me then that this man, in fact, is not that.
Oh, I have an idea.
If your idea is necromancy.
What if he's okay? Not necromancy. What if he's a younger version of the one we killed?
How in the world would that happen?
He knows that he will. He performed a divination ritual, and he found out that he would die
Yes.
if he went ahead and did this timey-wimey thing at the age that he planned on doing it. So he was like, fine, I'll just do it now when I'm younger. You're a genius.
And just to be
I
clear,
know.
we're trusting the drunk nun, the runaway bride, and disappointed Hypatia, whatever the fuck this is.
Don't be so rude and grumpy, and I throw your own sack of 2 gold at your face.
When did you get that?
Because I'm always on top of my game, you stick in the mud.
Okay, fine. We'll take Teddy with us. Teddy is very capable.
I
Teddy is very
am.
capable.
Cracks knuckles.
And we'll take Sal, who is quite adept at sorcery.
Yeah, you know,
It's better when you use my actual name, but yes.
And I guess Penwick can come if he insists.
I do insist, actually.
I would like Penwick to come. Penwick is, how you say, sad.
Oh.
You'd make a good distraction.
Okay. Sad. I've been through a lot, all right?
Yes, and I want you to have some adventure and excitement.
It was fun last time.
Because I'm your friend and I care about you.
it was.
Remember all those things, all those wonderful adventures we went through in the last year together?
During
Off
my
screen?
training course, yes.
Yes.
Robin, are we leaving now or?
Promptly would be preferred, yes.
So last time we ran into Lancelot on the road. I'm walking.
So I suppose if we've all got our equipment prepped, we should be getting to go, shall we, gents? Robin is marching you all through Sherwood Forest on the way to the prison keep of Lady Maud. That seems rather familiar to a couple of you. So, Robin is going to go ahead and give a little bit of explaining here. He's like, well, the funny thing is he described to me exactly where the wizard has been. Lady Maud is this up-and-coming noble who's been up-and-coming for, I think, her whole life. And she's been kept up in her prison keep for many, many years. Kind of a downer of a woman, if you ask me. Sort of a dour lady, doesn't really go out much. She's the heir of Claude du Bar, Baron of Wickfield. That part isn't as much as important. But apparently, we've been hearing reports from some of my spies in the forest that several men dressed in armor have been patrolling the castle, and there have been outcries, and someone says Lady Maud has even been killed and her husband has been gone missing. It's been kind of a bloody mess, if you ask me. But point being, some unnatural storm clouds have been gathering over the keep, so I figure, hey, it's as good a place as any to start looking for this man as any, considering from your stories that's where we found him the last time, so why not check there again, eh?
When you say men in armor, are we assuming knights?
I would rather assume knights, yes.
They might not be from the local court. They're probably of the Round Table.
There is that possibility, I suppose.
They could be French, we don't know.
Well, some of the knights on the Round Table were French.
They could be more French than that.
French knights, they don't come to England very often.
I mean, if we want this time, I could try and divine where he is.
I think a direction to go in would certainly be helpful, but from dawn to dusk, the best thing we did last time was improvise. So
That's
I bet
fair.
if we just march in a random direction.
Do
Okay.
you think she's restocked her storeroom since we were there?
It's been a year, it's possible.
How are you going to divine, sister?
So just confirming here, you're saying you're doing fortune telling, or how are you doing this?
Yeah, I'm gonna do fortune telling, I think.
Alrighty.
What question are you asking? What is the question that you are posing to whatever divination device you're using here?
Like, where is Merlin, I guess.
Okay. So Jenny, question for you as the GM. In this scenario, has Augusta met Merlin?
Here's gonna be two answers to the question.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, You remember meeting a man named Merlin a year ago.
Yes.
Number 2, you have seen a picture of this man today.
Okay.
Those are the 2 answers I'm going to be able to give you regarding have you met Merlin before.
So here's why I ask, because it can be a source of disadvantage on the roll if it's considered that the fortune teller has never met the person the question is about. So that is why I ask.
I'm going to say it's not going to give her disadvantage on this one.
Hell yeah. So 2d6 plus your divination, ma'am.
So that is an 8 on the with that. And I think the way she like casts this. Okay, you know how like some fortune tellers use like tea leaves?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. She pours some of her alcohol out of the growler into a different cup and like shakes it up, and then looks at the foam that is created from doing that, and then taking a shot of it, and then doing it again, and then staring. I think I'm like actually muttering like, "Where's this stupid fucking wizard?" Then I keep doing.
Okay. So you divine from your little fortune telling here that the wizard is in a very tall tower in a prison keep.
He's in the same place, I swear. Then just heads off in that direction.
He's in the same fucking place as last time. This man really needs to get some new material. If it is indeed the same man.
It is.
And you're sure of this?
Yes, because it would have been harder to do or see in my third eye.
I've never met a wizard I didn't trust. I respect you. Off we go, gents.
You haven't met many wizards.
Wait, you've never met a wizard you didn't, so you trust every wizard you meet? I feel like that's going to get you in a lot of trouble.
It has.
It is.
It has gotten me into a lot of trouble, yes.
All right, well, he owns it.
His wife has
you're
gone
aware.
missing like 3 times at this point. Robin gets into trouble all the time.
Listen, my entire life has been nothing but trouble since day one.
Accurate.
You should work on that.
No.
There's classes, you know.
I rather like it. It keeps life exciting.
So Lancelot was partway down the road here.
Allegedly. Allegedly it was Sir Lancelot.
As we walk down the road, do we encounter Lancelot or do we reach the keep unobstructed?
Bizarrely, you do reach the keep unobstructed.
This is weird.
It's different from last time. Ah!
I was standing next to Teddy and just kind of whispering to her, like, if it is, in fact, Sir Lancelot, I'm going to need to compose myself.
Teddy's just gonna be like, it's like, how would you like me to assist on helping you compose yourself?
I have seen you in the ways of battle and communication, and I would prefer, if we encounter a Lancelot type, if you took the lead and allowed me to back you up, because if I take the lead, it could get very dangerous very fast.
Got it. Her hands lit up in fire. I hear ya. Winks.
Jesus Christ. Everyone, huh? Everyone can do the fire thing.
I can't do the fire thing.
I can't do the fire thing.
Oh, I can't
It's
do the
for
fire
better.
thing.
I could, but I don't like it.
And you're all listening, I see.
Everybody hears us?
It's fine, Pen.
Listen, all I'm saying is I've trained all of my merry men to be adept in spycraft and listening to things that ought not be listened to, so you really, this is on you, bud.
This is Lady Mott's keep. I'm gesturing to present it to everybody. So you can go through the well to get to the dungeon. Or I guess we could just walk in the front door if we don't want to climb down the well.
Can we just walk in the front door and go
yeah,
up the tower?
last time
Really,
climbing
it's
down the
just-
well was a little dangerous.
Why? Can I just ask? I don't remember if we addressed this. Why is there no water in the well?
Because it's a secret passage. Next question.
If I may, there are in fact 7 of us. If we have 2 paths here before us, why don't we simply divide and conquer? Because if Merlin could be killed by 3 idiots last time, then clearly we don't need 6 people to go and slay him. Why doesn't one team raid the supplies and one team kill the wizard?
I'm happy to split the party. Which of us will be divided in half?
I
Now-
do not like your phrasing.
Well, there's 7 So if we want to go 2 ways, we have to. It's 3.5. So
I would assume Robin will be going with the team who slays the wizard.
Correct. I need to go and kill the wizard and get the proof. Except we're not killing him. We're capturing him. I'm going to be extraordinarily clear
Whatever,
about
binding the wizard, I suppose.
Once you kill him, I'll bring him back, and then he'll be sort of alive again.
Why don't you 3, looking at the original crew, go to the dungeon, and we'll go through the front door.
yes, we will catch up with you because we'll speed run this shit.
Henwick, you know Lady Maud sucks. Lady Maud sucks. She deserves to be robbed.
I will say Lady Maud has not been, well, she didn't suck at one point.
Yeah, I mean, for a noble, she was actually pretty okay. She kept to herself.
When was that?
It's been a while.
About 5 years.
She didn't suck at one point, but all the gossip says she does now.
All right, in the well with you, the lady.
Let us, in fact, examine Lady Maud's keep here, because things might be a little different than you remember from last time.
Oh no, my well-constructed plan.
Oh no, my plans and things. So you see before you a 5-story castle. You get a main level, a large second level, and then there's this back buttress that ends in a very tall tower. Kind of similar to last time. The main difference being there is a very large portcullis at the very front of the castle, guarded by 2 knights. And kind of just peeking in past the portcullis, because those things are notoriously got a whole bunch of holes in them. You can also see several knights patrolling the inside of the keep as well. There's also a large moat around the castle. That wasn't here last year. She must have been doing some investing because she was getting robbed a lot. You know,
Okay.
not naming any names or anything.
All right, I've got this. I definitely have an idea.
Love to hear it.
Augusta's gonna stroll up to one of the guards.
Hello, I'm here to bless your well with holy water.
The 2 knights in, very stereotypical fashion, cross their spears across the portcullis and say, "None shall pass," in unison.
Well, I have to pass to get to the well.
You don't understand. None means none, they say in unison.
Oh, the nun shall pass. They're giving you permission.
Oh, yes.
No,
I got
what-
it. I am a nun. I shall pass.
No, what we simply mean is that nobody can come through these doors, they say in unison.
You're really confusing with your phrasing.
No, we're not. You're just confusing us, they say in unison.
Were you given instructions that said a nun shall pass, or were you given instructions that no one can enter?
Listen, all I'm saying is that you stay here and nobody enters these doors.
Are these knights wearing matching armor, or are the presumed crosses on their armor different colors, or are they identical in every single way?
They're kind of matchy-matchy. One is wearing a green tunic with a red cross, and the one is wearing a red tunic with a green cross.
Fascinating. I don't know enough Arthurian lore to know what that indicates, but
The Knights of Christmas.
which one of you is Lancelot? Lancelot said that he would let us in.
Neither of us are Lancelot. Lancelot is not here.
Okay.
What's your name?
We have Bors the Younger and Bors the Older. Is who we're facing here. They will introduce themselves as such one at a time.
Boars and boars. Okay.
Yes. Trust me, it gets confusing for us too. They say in unison.
Okay, new plan. Can you bring some water from your well out here, and then I can bless it?
No.
Why?
Honestly, why do you want to enter? We have been given strict instruction from our Lord and Master not to let anybody in, and you, if we're not mistaken here, qualify as buddies who are any. So none shall pass.
Who is your lord and master?
They both kind of look at each other and shut the hell up.
I'm gonna go up. Okay, sorry, they didn't explain. We're the well inspectors, and you two are very much failing at the first part of well inspection.
I lean in and say we're here for a wellness check. That worked last time.
It's a group is called Wellness Check, and clearly you didn't get the memo sent by the page, because otherwise you would just let us through. Now you are going to have been in just quite much trouble with your lord and other lords as well if you don't check your well.
I'm gonna be incredibly strict with you. Get the fuck out of here or we'll have to kill you. We have so many knights in here. So many.
Well, that's another demerit on the wellness check. You can't kill the messenger.
We have been sent no such information. 1. And 2. Like, that's clearly Robin Hood. Hi, hello.
No, it's not.
Who?
Shut up.
Interesting.
Who's this?
What?
Interesting. Interesting.
That's actually Robin Hood's twin.
I think I realized that lying our ass off isn't working this time. And I kind of tug on Teddy's sleeve a little bit and like make a little, like I put my thumb off to the side and I kind of like tilt my head and we sneak off. Maybe if Teddy comes with me.
Yeah, we can do that.
How tall is this wall that the portcullis is blocking? Is like, oh, yeah.
A story.
Can we find a place where there's enough blocked visibility? I have a 10-foot pole.
Oh, easily. I mean, this place is surrounded by forests, and it is dark and eerie outside, despite it being like a little afternoon.
I'm gonna start doing close-up magic.
Alright.
That's the move. Cheerio, merry band out there. It's me, your audio editor, Grant, here to interrupt the action, rudely I might add, to tell you about another podcast that's very good and very cool. Let me tell you about our friends at This Could Get Dicey.
Hello, fellow TTRPG lovers. We are This Could Get Dicey, a narrative and roleplay-driven actual play podcast set in our homebrewed world of Drugala, playing the D&D 5e system. Join us as we dive into the adventures of a mutant, a vampire, and a bard touched by dark magic as they face world-threatening atrocities like the rise of a long-forgotten deity, or someone putting mustard in oatmeal. This Could Get Dicey publishes new episodes every Wednesday, with the last Wednesday in the month devoted to our recurring talk show, Dicey Deep Dive, or one-shots using other TTRPG systems. You can find This Could Get Dicey on all podcast streaming platforms, plus TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. That's all for now, but remember, this could get dicey.
I love This Could Get Dicey. Man, one of my favorite finds from the past year or so. Been working a lot with the crew from there, so if you haven't checked This Could Get Dicey out yet, then bro, like what the fuck? Like, Becky was on Castaway, and Kenny was on The Longing for Another Strange Land. We've been hyping them up for, like, cumulatively 10 total weeks prior to this episode, so, like, come on. Go listen to it. The fuck? That's all I got for you this week. Go check out our friends at This Could Get Dicey and strap in as you are thrown back into Sherwood Forest for the rest of Sherwood Kill the Round Table.
So you two go off.
Should we do a full lap before we try to get over the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get a close of our surroundings.
I'm definitely like monkeying way more than I need to, like climbing trees and stuff to try and get a good look at everything as we're moving around the keep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teddy, stay on the ground.
So, taking a look around the castle here, the interesting part is that there is a sewer grate through the moat. It does look to be, breakable. It's just wood, not steel. So you could use that as a way in.
It's kind of sticky. But if we tried the pole vault... I look at the moat on the other side of the wall.
I was like, I'm sure that we can make it over.
Should we try to go ourselves? Or go back and get the others to come with us?
We should do it ourselves.
Okay.
Because if all of us leave very suspiciously.
How hard is it to get this wooden grate off? Do I need to have Teddy do it?
I would say you would need to make a check of some description to break it.
I have athletics.
Yeah, so roll 2d6, and then if you have just one athletics, add one. Or however many.
Plus 8.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! So, this wooden grate does, in fact, bust open. It's not exactly difficult to do. It does kind of smell weird in here. But you are able to go ahead and sneak in through that grate into what appears to be part of the dungeon. We're going to take a brief aside, though. We're going to get to you guys in a minute because you're doing a lot of cool stuff. We're going to check back in at the portcullis here really quick.
Is this your card?
No.
Ah, shit. Okay, 1 second.
You've been asking us if it's our card for the past 5 minutes.
Well, I think you're just lying at this point. I think you're just lying.
No, you showed us the 6 of cups. You have not... Wait a minute. Fuck.
Penwick just kind of like parts the other 3 and walks up to the boars, kind of brandishing his shield. And I'd like to do a luck check to see if my history of being a knight earns me good favor here, perhaps.
That would be a very interesting thing to do. So I think what you're trying to get at is you're trying to spend a luck to discuss with me who you might know as a knight.
Yeah, that's what I'm angling for here. I can spend a luck on that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and spend 1 luck for me here to use that good thing you're here check.
I have 9 luck, so now I'm down to 8.
Look at you. Okay. So, first things first of all, Sir Penwick, these 2 knights would know who you are.
Hello, fellow knights. I believe that an audience is demanded of me, and if you would allow myself and my compatriots to venture forth, I think I can offer something of value to your master.
They kind of look at each other, and they look back at you. It's like, well, thou art part of our Lord and Master's table, so we have to abide by this. Very well, you may pass.
I'm sorry,
Interesting.
what the hell did you just say?
Nothing important. Carry on.
And they give the order to 2 other knights in the back to raise the portcullis, and it's, a loud clunking thing, and it raises all the way up, and you're able to pass all the way in.
So we go in, I'm gonna look at them to you should check your helmet, and the 6 of cups is gonna be in their helmet.
By God! They both say at the same time, and they both somehow have a 6 of cups.
All right. Well, luckily the buffoonery has granted us entry to the keep. I'm sure Merritt and Teddy have found their own way in.
I'm sorry, we're not passing over your part of the round table part.
A lot of tables around.
And they did not specify round table specifically, Robin interjects. They said they're part of my master's table, which does make me wonder, the fuck?
Look, listen, there is an unspoken, understood brotherhood to those who take up the mantle of knight, even if it's for opposing masters or different varieties. So perhaps my aura, if you will, my sense of authority has allowed them to see me as a member of the Brotherhood in Arms, if you will.
I said you passed the vibe check.
Yes, the vibe check, if you will. No need to concern yourselves. Knights are kind of dumb.
Augusta gets real close to you, not way invading your personal space, and squints.
Very close, sister.
I don't believe you, but okay for now.
And then it's just good, walks off, but her head turns to stare at you the whole time.
Listen, the important thing to know about me is I am loyal to Robin Hood. And that is my objective, that is my course, that is what I am doing.
I see. Point being, first and foremost, we still have to get to the top of the tower to, abscond with... And he's just looking around. You know who.
And into the cellar to steal things.
That is a wonderful objective, perhaps secondary, tertiary to that. Where the hell have our other men gone?
I believe that Merritt and Teddy went to scale a wall while Sir Salvador was distracting them with card tricks.
Excellent. In that case, I believe it would be prudent for some of us to go and find them as well, so that we could all regroup. Perhaps check the dungeon, check pretty much anywhere. But,
Perhaps Merritt's most trusted compatriots who know the lay of the land better than Salvador and I.
Pretty
You
sure
want to
Merritt's gonna go straight for that cellar.
You want to send all of us who know the place in one direction, and all of you who don't know the
Okay,
place in
fair
the other
enough. One
direction.
of you then, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not a leader by any means. I'm just
Oh, I am.
spitballing here.
I am.
All right, then you
Um,
choose. What am I talking for?
I don't know. God, personally.
Augusta, do you want to go with find Merit, or do you want to go do the other thing?
Augusta's like putting her growler out and kind of just twirling around really fast, and then stops and is pointing towards a wall. She goes,
I guess that's towards Merritt.
Very well.
Splendid. I shall accompany our lovely companions into the rest of the keep.
Very well. So it's Penwick, Salvatore, Hypatia, and I. We're going to go upwards and onwards, which helps us rather famously because apparently they know you.
Well, those two did. Apparently. Or know of me, heard of me. Listen, the Penwick name has gone far and wide.
Yeah, that's the problem. And then, Sister Augusta, you'll be on the lookout for Merritt and Teddy.
Eyes like a hawk.
Well, stay out of trouble, sister. I believe in you.
No.
So we emerge from the sewer into the dungeon.
So you guys are in the dungeon, which does have a stairway which leads up to the main level, kind of near the back. So Augusta, are you going with Robin Hood and company up to the second level, because that's where they're going to be going, or where are you gonna try to peek around to see?
Are you going to wait to meet us, or are you going to like head down, assuming that that's where I would have gone?
I think Augusta's gonna like walk along the wall for all of like a minute and a half, be like, not here, and then head towards the cellar to go steal shit.
Good plan. Good plan. We go to the dungeon briefly here. It is a little spooky down here. Very poorly lit. You emerge kind of covered in filth. I'm not gonna go ahead and describe everything that happens in a sewer grate. In the bottom part of the dungeon here, you can hear little chittering noises coming from the dungeon's cells. You can hear like little noises and little snickers and giggles and ne'er-do-well type activity sounding things. You can hear a couple of knights at a table playing cards. Like, it's like, and I stabbed him in the fucking head. No way, you didn't stab him in the fucking head. No, I absolutely did. I've still got the marks on me lance showing that I stabbed him in the fucking head. You know, things of that nature. You appear kind of next to the storeroom. There is a large iron gate guarding the storeroom, which is a damn shame. And it hasn't stopped you before. Apart from that, that's about all you'd be able to really see. You are directly in the storeroom area, but not in the storeroom itself. You can hear from the next room over some knights, and then in the little prison area, you can hear some chittering noises and giggling.
So last time, there was a priest being kept prisoner down here, and we never really figured out why, but now there's more people down here.
Should we break them out?
I mean, if we break them out, they can help us, right?
Yes.
And
Alright.
last time the storeroom wasn't locked. Well, no, wait, it was, and we stole the keys. I think. I don't know, it's been a few years.
Yeah,
It's
timey
been a
wimey.
year.
It's been timey-wimey, I get it. It's been
Yeah.
500 years for you guys. Yes. I was like, I can break the locks.
Okay, you're gonna lock that in. You're gonna break the lock.
I was gonna melt the lock.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
that would be like
That's a lot more quiet.
Yeah, that would be like a pyromancy check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like a willpower thing.
8.
8 is a success.
8.
Yeah.
That does succeed.
6.
Alrighty.
Like 6 plus 2. Yeah.
Well, you've got some pretty decent adeptness in pyromancy, and you figure that this will be the second quietest way to open the lock. The first, of course, being a lockpick, if you had such a thing. So the lock melts and kind of goes to the floor in a fiery pile. The locked door swings open.
Sneak, 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 sneak.
Didn't.
So in this room, you see a pile of 30 gold. You would see a set of chainmail. You would see a longbow. And you would see a crossbow. And that is what is in the storeroom today.
Because we are kind of in a situation where it would be good to be alert of danger and such, I don't know, maybe the hinges creaked. I feel like we were very sneaky, but just in case, the True Seeing cantrip lets me... It alerts the caster of impending visitors, intruders, and dangers, and it lasts for an hour. I cannot be surprised for an hour, so I'm gonna spend 1 willpower to use my cantrip and be alert to any danger around us approaching.
You are alert as fuck. Every little noise in this room feels like it's amplified by like 20.
And notably, my pile of gold is not trapped, right? That is the main reason I'm doing this, because it's kind of sus.
I mean, it's a storeroom.
Uh-huh.
And the door was locked. And they had knights.
Okay, but it doesn't hurt
What
to
if-
be sus. She's been robbed
it never-
before, okay? I scoop up
It
the
never-
gold now knowing that it's not trapped.
You do get this little tingling in the back of your mind that says, don't do that.
Oh, then I don't do it.
You could use some armor, right?
I was like, I have leather armor right now. Like Teddy would show off the leather armor. You think any other?
Ooh. I mean, they have the chainmail here. Do I get the tingly of don't do that when I reach for the armor?
You do.
I feel, oh.
Teddy would try to reach for the crossbow.
Should she do that?
You get that same tingling sensation of don't do that.
I think this shit is trapped.
Yeah, I don't like that tingling feeling.
I think she learned a lesson. I think she knew that a lock wouldn't keep us out because it didn't last time. Fuck.
Around that time, if Augusta is going into this area through the stairs that they found before,
You would run dead into the
where
nights.
do I show up? I just walk into the nights. So
You would run dead into the nights. So they're just like they're like telling stories of like the good old days, and it's like, yeah, and then we went across, and there was like this big serpent, and then I, with a mighty swing of my, oh, hello.
hello.
What are you doing here, and whom are you?
I'm a wellness inspector. Oh, are you playing cards? And then she just sits down if there's an empty chair.
There absolutely is an empty chair.
Yeah. Pulls it out, sits down. All right, what's the game? And pulls out some cards. Like, fans them out.
We were playing cribbage. It's no real cards.
All right, everybody put your money in the middle of the board. And she's going to put down 2 gold.
She's distracting them for us.
The knights, though a bit baffled, will also go ahead and put in their money.
Great. What's a card?
I'm gonna say this is something that would exclusively deal with luck, because you are doing something really stupid.
Sure. I love that for me. Okay, so I do a saving throw for luck then, basically.
Exactly. If you fail the saving throw for luck, you're gonna be fighting some knights probably.
I love this. Okay. Okay. Hear me out.
Mhm.
Technically, all right, because I just have to do this like against my luck, which is 9.
Mhm.
So I have to roll under my luck, and I rolled a 5. Okay.
Oh.
So I super pass.
Super pass. So not only are you playing cards with the knights, which you've somehow swapped from their game of cribbage, good on you, you're winning. Like, and it's not even close.
Great. You just see Augusta pull like a giant pile of gold towards her.
Yeah.
Well,
6.
it was really fun playing with all of you.
No, double or nothing. I demand retribution. One of the knights like pounds his fist on the table.
At this point, would I see the other two trying to sneak by?
You would.
Augusta goes through like a bunch of expressions on her face of, I want to walk away with all the gold. I really should keep distracting them so that they don't see my friends. I guess I could win more gold, puts the rest of it back in. All right, double or nothing.
Double or nothing it is. Go ahead and make another luck save for me whilst these two successfully sneak by.
That's another 6. I mean, it's different numbers, but it still adds up to 6, and that's under 9. So.
So you're walking out of this like gangbusters. You essentially you put in 2 gold, but now you've gained back like 8 from both of these guys.
Amazing.
So
Great.
it's just beautiful. It's like, Baldric, I don't know about you, but I'm spent. Yeah, me too. Fuck. I think I have some extra gold upstairs in my quarters. If I really want to keep playing, and this...
I'll do triple or nothing if you bring more gold.
They just kind of look at each other, it's like... I was really looking forward to getting a glass of mead. Oh, fuck. Okay. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I won't.
And they both leave to get some more gold.
Amazing.
Augusta, it's not Father Confessor this time. You hear from the other room where we snuck.
From whence we snuck.
I take all the gold off the table, put it into my pack, get up, goes over. Okay, what are we doing?
So you go to the prison area, and instead of prisoners, you see a cohort of chuckling imps.
Like
Specific
devil imps?
Like 6 little floating duties with big heads, small bodies, wings, and little teeny tiny little pitchforks. Imps.
Teddy, this wasn't here last time.
I wasn't here last time.
No, these weren't either. These weren't either.
So
One of the other imps, like the biggest and most red one, kind of like looks at the three of you and goes,
Oh, well, this is a fascinating little turn of events. Are you here to free us or bind us?
What's in it for us?
What does that mean?
What's in it for you? Well, what do you need imps for?
What can you do?
We got pitchforks. We got magic. We got claws. Use your imagination.
Do you like to steal people's souls or something?
What? No.
what? Well, why not?
What do you mean, what? It's not a thing that we are paid to do. We can't do that. We work for souls. We don't take... Look, I'm not here to, talk about the hierarchy of why Satan does what he does, but we don't steal souls.
So why are you locked up?
Oh, that's easy. We work here. And this is just where we sleep.
Who summoned you?
Merlin?
Because, you have to be Merlin.
Ah, that motherfucker.
Do you like working for Merlin?
It pays well.
Well, we killed Merlin.
Yeah.
That was suspicious. That was suspicious.
Out of hell?
Oh my god.
Merlin's crazy. He broke out of hair. Broke out of hell.
So, so you're locked up down here, but you work for Merlin.
Yeah, we're not locked up. We can leave whenever. We just live
Got
here.
it.
Got it.
So how do you feel about Merlin? Also, do you think the king sucks?
We're imps. So first and foremost, we work for a guy who is decidedly a king, of his own power because, rebelled against God, that sort of thing.
But not the king of England.
Oh, no, yeah, that guy's super going to hell. Yeah, no,
Okay,
100%.
so you think the king sucks? Okay, how do you feel about Merlin?
Well, he pays well.
How well does
Do you care about money?
How well does he pay?
What does he pay in?
He pays in souls.
In souls?
Imps love souls. Yeah, that guy That guy's got access to a whole bunch of souls, like a whole lot of
Like
them.
knights'
Like,
souls?
That seems concerning.
Do you know how many knights of the round table there were that were destined for heaven but are now going to hell?
wow.
We've got so much leverage.
Okay. Problematic. Okay.
Not really, not for us. We like problematic down here.
No. I get that.
Wait till you get into about 2,000 years in the future.
Sister
Lots of
Augusta
problematic shit.
is pledged her soul, so hers is already spoken for.
Goes up there.
Listen, I'm not saying that hell's a bad place. Actually, we're the good guys.
Now
If you
explain
really
that.
think about it.
Okay, agreed to disagree, but all right.
Well, you know, you can agree to disagree all you want. I'm just objectively right.
Okay.
Okay. Are they? So they're in a cell,
Yeah, and they're playing like demon cards.
and the cell isn't locked. Like they said, they just live here.
Yeah, they just live here.
Cool. I'd like to lock the cell.
Do you have a lock to lock the door?
I have a lock pick. Oh, there's no lock on the door. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like built into the door. Like it was like a cell door that was like built in.
We're not that fancy
Okay.
yet.
So,
Sure.
if we don't want to pledge our souls, because we definitely can't get as many souls as Merlin can, and I feel like that's unethical. We're not allowed to kill people, is the thing.
You're not? Why? That's stupid.
Well, I think actually, Merritt, I think we might get around that because if he's already dead,
He is already dead, so, but that's beside
already
the
dead.
point. That's only one soul, and we can't provide as many souls as Merlin can. I give you that.
I mean, you've got a whole band of men.
What's this about binding?
Oh, well, if you offer us your soul, we can work for you for a while.
ooh, hard pass.
Or, you know, someone you know's soul, someone...
So if we don't want you to work for us, we don't want you to work for us. But what if we just don't want you to snitch?
Yeah. Snitches get stitches.
I mean... What do you got to offer? I mean, personally speaking, we imps, we're not exactly, you know, we're union men, basically, you know. You know how it works out.
Right. There's some pile of 30 gold in the storeroom that we broke the lock off of.
We don't need money. What do we need money
There's
for?
a what?
It's cursed, sister. Don't.
Oh, that money in the storeroom. No, yeah, we're guarding that. Yeah, no, we're guarding that.
So
That's our job.
so you don't want the gold?
I do.
Well, I know you do. I
We're
mean,
just
that's
we're
our
trying
job.
to get them
we're
to
guarding
not
the gold.
snitch. We're trying to get them to not snitch.
But if I show you a fireball trick, will you not snitch on us?
Please hold. And then they go like, he like confers with the other like 5 imps, and they're like chittering amongst themselves. And then all 6 imps kind of like hold onto the bars and like look at you intently. What kind of trick?
Well, I can't just show it to you for free. We gotta shake on it.
You know that shaking hands with an imp is probably a bad
Oh,
idea. but
I
am
meant
all
like
for bad
I
ideas.
meant like for like metaphorically and stuff.
No, you're not gonna actually shake my hand. You're just gonna leave me hanging like
You
that.
don't
like an
snitch,
asshole.
and Teddy shows you some sick ass pyrotechnics.
You drive a hard bargain. Okay, but only if you show us the cool pyrotechnic tricks.
I will.
Great. So in order for this to be fulfilled, you need to not snitch first, which means we're gonna go upstairs. And we'll come
not
back
how-
and show
wait.
you the cool pyrotechnics.
That just... Wait, hang on. Hold on. Hold a fucking second.
Logistically, that is how it was phrased.
Otherwise, you could just see it and then snitch.
But how do we know that you're not gonna just leave? Like, all the way? Because then we could snitch.
Because we're not imps and our word is our bond.
She's a woman of God.
How about this? I'll show you only half, and then you get the other half.
This works.
Cool.
Okay, I can abide that. Yeah.
Cool. So Teddy's gonna like make a shape fire into like a hand, and try to like, and then like high five all of them with the fire hand.
Hell yeah!
And they like all high five the fire man.
See, that's just a little sneak peek for right now. That's like dust off her hands. Ash falls out.
All right. So you show them the fireball trick, and then I assume you all scuttle upstairs.
Well,
And they're gonna show them later.
if we go back to the storeroom, do I still feel like taking the gold is a bad idea? Because they did agree not to snitch.
Yeah.
Well, they're not gonna snitch on you that you were here, but they still are here to guard the gold.
Fine.
Interesting. Okay, is it like, what if I did spend my points to make an illusion of the gold and we took the gold?
That's an option.
That's what I'm doing.
Now that illusion does let you do a 10-foot area, so you could also take all the other shit.
The rest of the storeroom too, yeah.
Great, so we're gonna rob the entire storeroom, and then I'm gonna make an illusion
Super.
that all the stuff is still in the storeroom.
Super duper.
Okay, that's 4 willpower, right, to do that?
Yep.
Great.
All right, and that is going to last as long as you are in the castle, I'll say, for flavor.
Great.
So you all pretty much easily are able to meet up with Robin Hood, Sir Kay, Salvador, Hypatia. Everyone's all back together. The gang's all here.
So, I feel like we immediately dressed Teddy in the armor, right? That feels right to me. Teddy is our
Yeah.
tank.
Let's go. Mess with me.
I give everybody 1 gold.
And you keep the other, like...
30.
25.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, so no, there was 30 total. Yeah, so I
Oh,
keep
how
25.
much gold did she get from the soldiers?
Oh, 8.
Sister.
8 total.
So we're at a
4 each.
we're at a total of 33.
Great.
Right
I was like,
Not bad.
Teddy's gonna look at sister and be like, up it. Like, up it.
Okay, fine. I give you 1.
No, it's like Teddy's like, make it 10. I use my fire.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I use my fire. I picked
We're giving you the armor.
she's like, oh, we found the goat.
Okay, so Sir Penwick, do you want the longbow or the crossbow?
Well, what did you guys do while we were doing all that?
You have been able, with Sir Penwick's permission, to be able to move unimpeded throughout the castle. So, right now where you are currently situated is you are on the 4th level, just outside the tower.
And this would be right when they pop out with
This
a
would be
whole,
about
like,
when they pop in, yeah.
bag of shit to give us.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sake of time, there was nothing really in between there and here, apart from a few knights that you could, talk to, but nothing really to say about that except for, you were able to pass through just fine.
And they let us pass through without him to catch up?
Well, if you say that you were with Sir Kay, you'd be fine, I guess.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, you missed a whole thing where the guys at the front said that Penwick is part of their round table. Very suspicious.
Well, part of a table that may or may not be circular in shape.
Sister Augusta, can you do that thing where you see if somebody's like a ghost or like if they have a soul?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
On the next night we pass. Hey, how's it going? We're with Sir Penwick. Don't worry about it.
Oh, with Kay, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, you can go ahead if you're with him.
Yeah.
Did that bitch have a soul?
It's like a necromancy. It's a necromancy skill check, I think, right? That is a 5 + 1, so 6. However, I'm going to spend 3 wits to add 3 to it.
Ooh, daring. Yeah, he's got a soul. It's totally lodged in his body.
Stuck in there.
Can't pull it out.
It's wedged
Yeah,
in.
a lot of people don't know this, but the soul is actually like right next to the liver. It's really weird.
Okay, so I can't tell if it's like promised to hell though, right?
Yeah, is it condemned to hell?
No, it is not condemned to hell. As far as
Totally good.
Grant,
As
I
far
still
as you
don't
know.
trust you.
Totally fine.
That felt personal.
well, let me phrase it this way: it's not condemned to hell because he sold it. Whether or not he goes to hell of his own accord, anyone else's guess.
Right, but it's not like Merlin gave this dude's soul to hell or.
Yeah, it's a you can still make good choices and be a good guy kind of vibe.
Not a predestined soul.
Hi, Sir Penwick. Here's a longbow
Hello.
for you.
Thank you.
There's devils in the basement.
There's what?
I think they called themselves imps.
I gave them all high fives.
Yeah, yes.
Do not make
Yeah.
any deals with them.
Interesting.
It was an airtight
comment.
contract. Don't worry about it.
You did what?
What?
Imps?
What?
Yeah, so, I think Merlin escaped from hell. Except he might not have escaped because the imps, worked for him. I think Satan just let him leave.
It would make sense for a wizard if this is the Merlin, and you're telling the truth, it would make sense of a wizard of his caliber to be able to do that.
When have I lied to you?
You, many times. This morning, in fact, my shield was missing.
I never said it was anywhere.
Stealing is a form of lying, Merritt.
With your hands. I should know. I've done it several times.
Your hands lied to me.
What the fuck did you all do?
We told them not to snitch. Do you want a crossbow,
We got you
Sal?
some
Would you like this
presents.
crossbow?
No, give it to the other person that can shoot.
Okay,
the crossbow.
fine. I hand it to Robin.
Oh,
Stop looking
Why
at
me?
me
Okay.
like that, Sal. I'm not the one who made the deal.
Okay, now you're shifting blame, which is another issue in and of itself. Okay, let's find this bloody wizard.
this bloody wizard.
We could put him back into hell, I guess. I don't fucking
Yeah.
know.
Robin, he's already dead.
Merritt,
That would be very, very complicated for us. If he's already dead, then how are we supposed to deliver an already dead man to the...
I actually do got this one.
I like where your head's at. I'm assuming the answer, as it often is necromancy. Hmm?
Actually, yes, because I can compel undead. So if Merlin's undead, we can just tell him what to do.
That would be neat, if he were undead.
You know, that's pretty airtight.
I bet that will work with no hitches.
Not a
None
problem.
whatsoever.
I feel as if all the answers that we need are right behind this door, and up several flights of stairs into a tower.
I just want to say real quick, because I care about my friend Merritt. I think Monsieur Salvador is correct, and you've demonstrated something of a worrying personality shift, and I just want to make sure you're okay, because I know you did spend a little longer in that other place we were. So just, are you good? Do you need to talk about anything?
This is how I've always been. Do you not remember the whole lying our asses off to claiming to be squires and wellness checkers and that?
I remember you being a lot more just generally meek and nervous, and now you're like victim blaming and pushing off demon contracts. I just want to make sure you're not going to lose yourself, because I care about you very much. Anyway, as long as we're good, let's go up that mysterious tower that I love so much.
You are actually able to move pretty unimpeded throughout the tower. Which, again, should strike you as bizarre, because it is. Once you arrive at the top of the tower, you feel the storm around you getting worse, more discordant. The sound of ticking clocks are backwards, forwards, slower, faster. Things seem really, really bizarre up here. You don't even know if you're still walking on floor. The ground beneath you looks like clouds of glass. When you arrive in the tower, it is a circling miasma of things that should be, should not be, and have been, and might be. You can see horse-drawn carriages mingling with giant metal machines that you've never seen before. Buildings that look to be made entirely out of refined, shiny stone. You see just the fabric of reality itself coming undone, and at the very epicenter of it is this tall wizard with an extraordinarily tall hat and an impossibly long beard that goes down to his feet. He turns around and looks at you with cold, white, unblinking eyes and says, "Oh, not you again."
That's right, motherfucker, we're back.
And I knock something over.
You knock over a priceless object.
I'm here to dispose of you and your quackery.
My quackery! My quackery!
And instill anarchy
Yes.
once again.
Do you understand how much I had to fight just to get back here? Do you understand the things I've had to do? Do you understand the men I've had to sacrifice and my own soul? No.
No. You do not get to play hero this time, Robin Hood and your merry men. No. I'm going to send you where you can never get me.
Uh-oh.
No, thank you.
I just point of order, Robin Hood did not play hero last time either. He was on
I was playing hero in a different adjacent story, but that is another time.
I mean, you kind of failed if your wife got kidnapped.
We had a lot of sex. I'm just...
I don't think that's a success.
Can we stop? He's doing some kind of fucked up ritual to send us somewhere.
I've been very quietly pulling out my longbow, and I'm gonna try and snipe him before he does goofy time shit to me.
Good plan. Go ahead and try to roll.
So that would be an archery
that's-
skill check for you, Grant.
Yes,
Would
so
be.
I can add 2 to this roll.
Hell to the yeah.
If possible, as Merritt says, like, stop arguing and let's fight Merlin, I would like to once again draw my rapier and lunge at his heart as Sir Penwick sets up an arrow shot.
I'm going to give you all the opportunity to attack Merlin.
I rolled a total of 5.
That's not good.
So I'm gonna like draw my bow back, and it's been a while since I've actually used a bow and arrow, and I let it go, and I watch the arrow just like right over his tall hat. I'm like, it's the biggest target. How did I miss the hat?
You watch the arrow fly through the fabric of time and squarely hit JFK in the ass.
I thought you were gonna say in the head, and I was like, oh, it was
Yeah,
me.
I was like, that is a change.
No,
of
this was
what
actually, he was like
happened.
15 at the time. He just had like a scar there.
Okay.
That's why he had the
Wow.
leg problems in the Navy.
Exactly.
Yeah, as all this shit is happening, Salvador takes the rose and flicks it and turns it into a quarterstaff.
Oh, that's neat.
And then they're gonna, it's actually their conduit to do magic, to shoot a fireball at this motherfucker.
While everyone is attacking, I want to try and use Compel Undead to just tell him to
Stand still and don't do anything.
to like let everybody else hit him.
Okay. What do you got to spend for that? Or is it just a check?
So I have to do a necromancy check first before I spend willpower, and then if I pass the necromancy skill check, then I spend 4 willpower to compel undead.
McRadical. Go ahead.
That is 9 plus 1, so 10. So I pass the necromancy check,
Okay.
and then I spend 4 willpower, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Here's the weird caveat.
Yeah.
Merlin doesn't feel like a corpse when you try this.
Shit.
Interesting. Do I still spend 4 willpower then?
So in this case, you do your check, and you realize him not being undead. Try not to, spend your willpower on
Got
the
it.
idea.
Okay, then instead, I go, to cast it, and then I stop and go, he's still alive somehow. Don't really know how that works.
So yeah, Teddy's also gonna attack. They're gonna ask Sister Sister Augustine first. Like, you still have alcohol on you, right?
Always. I hand you my growler.
Yeah, puts she's gonna try to put some in her mouth and then use her fire to make the fire go bigger.
Ooh,
Fire breath.
Nice.
A fire spit.
Fire
That's
breath.
fun.
So we have a fireball going off, and then also
Fireball.
some fire breath happening.
Bigger fireball is what I'm hearing. Merlin did succeed his check.
Uh-oh.
As the fireball approaches the wizard, and as you get closer to his heart, you can feel yourselves and watch the fireball slow down in real time. Almost to the point where you can almost feel your heart stopping because time no longer exists for you. You watch each and every single one of you fall through some sort of howling abyss. You don't exactly know what is happening. Things around you are changing, speeding up, slowing down, looking different. The world itself around you no longer makes sense in any way that you have come to know it. Things are starting to happen that make your brain hurt. But all of you, one Robin Hood excluded, wake up in the middle of Sherwood Forest. But it doesn't look the same. It doesn't sound
the same. You hear blaring horns of trumpets. You hear, like, people conversing in the middle of what appears to be a large cobblestone park. And you see buildings, yes, but not made of simple thatched roofs, but made of stone, made of tiled shingled roofs, glass on every window. This is bizarre. Everything is terrible. But before you stands a man holding a corncob pipe and a deerskin hat, and a companion, kind of portly, with a bowler hat. And one looked at the other and says, "My dear Watson, I believe we've got something interesting upon our hands."
Shut the fuck up.
I was being Simon. Shut the fuck up.
I did roll a crit on my attack, so I'm stabbing whoever the fuck appears in front of me.
You stab Watson in the stomach. "Oh, my dear Watson!"
Oh, by Jove! Son of a... What's going on here?
Oh! Sorry, you're not a wizard? I'm so sorry. Are you a wizard?
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
a doctor!
Close enough, but we'll say that's fine for now. I withdraw my rapier.
Oh, dear Jesus!
Victim blaming and like pushing off demon contracts.
Okay, well, that was because that was Rosalie's first actual play that she ever had published.
Oh, my nose starts bleeding. Oh, okay.
I'm blinking in and out of reality.
I just want to make sure you're not going to like lose yourself, you know, because I care about you very much.
Too hard at my own joke. I'm sorry.
The party with perfect clarity looks above themselves, sees us seven.
Anyway, as long as we're good, let's go up that mysterious tower that I love so
Robin Hood
much.
just looks at a wall. Where did this fourth window come from? That's bizarre.
And why is it broken?
Anyways, up we get.